It has been a while since I've been on camera, but hello BSS, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Brenda. I do mostly paranormal videos here on my channel, so if that is something that you're interested in, please don't forget to subscribe down below and turn on your post notifications so you do not miss when I post another video like this one. Alright guys, so wow, it's been a minute since I sat down and filmed, and as you guys can see, I am not in my normal setting. I'm not in my normal area that I usually am, which is my room. Today I am in my office at work, or not my office, but at an office at my work, and I had to film here today without a microphone, without all of my equipment, because I didn't film on the weekend like I usually do. I was feeling burnt out more than usual, even after my vacation, even after I took a week off from filming. I still felt a little bit burnt out, so I ended up having to bring my camera to work and find some free time after I had finished everything that I had to do with work in order to be able to film. And so this is what I'm doing now. I put this little setting together. I'm secluded by myself. Everybody else is gone now. It's just me, and I wanted to just take the time really quickly to catch up with you guys before the start of this video. So sorry that the video didn't actually start after the introduction. I just wanted to explain really quickly what was going on, and yeah, so this is what I'm doing now. I am recording another video where I'm reading paranormal stories that were submitted to me by you guys. So as always, when I do these videos, I always let you guys know that the best place to send those stories to is my email, beyondbsfparanormal@gmail.com. That's the only place where I look for the stories. So if you send it to any of my other social media, I probably will not see it, especially with Instagram, because it'll probably come through as a request, which I don't usually check too often. But anyway, I think that's everything that I wanted to get out of the way. Oh, the only other thing is that I wanted to mention to you guys, if you want to skip to the stories, you can go ahead and do that. And also, sorry if I sound more nasally than usual. I am getting over this cold thing that I had, and I still have some congestion. Yeah, the only other thing I wanted to mention before I start the video is that I am doing memberships on my channel, which is that join button that you guys see probably next to the subscribe button down below, and that is where I am posting exclusive content just for members. So members will get an extra video a month, and it is $5 to sign up, and that is just for the entire month, as well as exclusive posts, and I get to communicate with you guys separately on a separate tab for members only, and you get these little badges or like stickers next to your name, and then other people will know that you're a member of my YouTube channel. And I actually filmed another video in the same setting that is going to be only for my members, and it is the story time that I was going to tell you guys about, that my coworker told me about her paranormal experiences. So I will be posting that one to my members only channel, or not channel, to my members only posts, I guess. And so if you guys are interested in seeing that video, you do need to subscribe to the membership. And yeah, okay, so sorry I talked a lot for this first video, because I have been gone so long, and I even forgot how to do my intro for a second. I had to redo it like twice. Yeah, I'm gonna be reading some stories to you guys, and you guys already know that I get oh, the air kicked on and it scared the crap out of me. I thought somebody had come in. Whew. And it's so funny that it happened like right when I was gonna tell you guys that this place always creeps me out, because it makes so many noises and it always startles me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into story number 1. Hopefully nothing else scares me, or that nobody else shows up randomly. I hope not. This one says, "Hi Brenda, it's Lily again. I hope you're doing great. I just remember this story that happened in 2017 when I stayed in Singapore with my sister, who's been living there for about 7 years at that time, right after I graduated college. We had roommates from different countries around Asia. One from Myanmar, I don't think I'm saying that right, and named May, and one from mainland China named Nina, and one from Vietnam named Ho, or Hoa? Hoa, I think. All females. My sister and I didn't like Miss Myanmar. Myanmar? I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of these correctly. I already know it. Because she got some attitude. We also didn't like Miss China because she's messing. We were, however, cool with Miss Vietnam. She's polite and would mostly just stay in her room and never in the living or dining area. One afternoon, my sister was at work and I was in our room all day, watching cooking shows, when I heard a piano playing. I came out to see who it was. All rooms were closed, so I came near each door until I could figure out whose room the sound came from. It was from Hoa's, the Vietnamese lady. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. About 30 minutes later, my sister called to check on me, and also because she finished work earlier than usual. She asked what we will be making for dinner and if she should make a dessert too. Instead of answering, I told her how our Vietnamese roommate can play classical piano pieces so good. She cut me off right away. She said, "We're eating out. Meet me at the mall next to my building." I excitedly got ready and took a bus to the mall. We looked at some items on sale and had our dinner at one of the stalls in the food court. When we got home, there was Miss Myanmar watching TV in the living room. We went straight to our room, and before I grabbed my towel to take a shower, my sister stopped me and said, "You saw May when we got here, right?" I said, "Yeah." She said Nina will arrive late at night as usual, but Hoa, whom you said you heard playing the piano, she won't be because she's in fucking India taking a vacation. She left 3 days ago and won't be back until next week. This sister of mine is such a scaredy cat and always asked me to walk with her whenever she had to go to the bathroom late at night. During my entire stay there after hearing my experience. And I think that was it. And she says, "I like your simple introduction and the way you present the stories. I'll write to you whenever I recall an experience or when someone tells me their spooky story." Oh, that is so funny. I mean, I would have been freaking out too if you had told me that you heard somebody playing music but there was nobody in there. I would have reacted probably the same way. I would have probably not wanted to go anywhere in that house by myself or anything like that. So, very spooky story. Thank you so much for sending that, Lily. Okay, and she sent one right after this, so this will be her second story. It says, "Hello Brenda, this is Lily, your avid viewer. I hope you don't find it weird that I submitted 3 stories in a day." It's not weird at all, girl. I always separate them so they're not all in the same video. It says, "The story that I am about to share is a case of disappearing objects phenomenon. It's when objects literally vanish into thin air. You all can do your own research if this doesn't sound familiar. My friend Kay, I think it's Kay, not her real name, is a hardworking bank officer. When the pandemic started, she had so much anxiety about not being able to work on site, for it was mandatory for offices to be closed during full lockdown. She sucked it up and tried her hardest to be comfortable working from home. She wrote notes from every meeting, discussion, and even studied them afterwards. In the middle of rewriting her disorganized notes, her blue highlighter fell down the floor. She looked at it once and then went back to writing, as she's the type who would ignore distractions to get work done efficiently. The moment she finished writing, she immediately looked under the table to get her blue highlighter, because she now needs it for studying, but it can no longer be found. She felt uneasy about it, so she crawled to all corners of her room to find it. She looked under the bed, under the cabinets, under her vanity mirror, everywhere, but it was never found. And that's the end of the story. And then she says, "It's my pleasure to share the paranormal stories with the people around me on here. I hope you all enjoy it." Oh my gosh. I think I would have gone crazy. Because, you know, when this is even a better story because it fell and she saw it. So because she saw it, it makes it even scarier, because there's been times where I drop something and I feel like it should have just landed there, but then it bounces off of like the floor and it ends up somewhere completely random that I would have never guessed, and I'm like looking for it everywhere, and then it ends up being like all the way in the back of wherever I was looking, and I'll be like, how the hell did it end up there? But I end up always finding it. So the fact that she didn't find it after it was literally just there, that's creepy, and that's weird as hell. But that one was a really intriguing story, Lily. Thank you so much for all the ones that you sent me. I really, really appreciate it. Alright, this one, on to story number 3. This one says, "Hey girl, it's Jeanette Obregon again. I have decided to send you another story for your channel. This one happened to my dad. My dad tells the story that when he was a young boy, he was sleeping in his house in El Salvador. He was in a deep sleep when all of a sudden he felt like someone was on top of him and he was losing his breath. He started screaming for help to his mother, and then that thing, whatever it was, grabbed onto his wrists. He continued screaming for help, and when his mom came to his rescue, he felt like that thing got off of him as he no longer felt it. Then flash forward several years later when he married my mom and had my brother and I. We were living in an apartment in Sun Valley, California. My mom was working late at night and my dad was in his room sleeping. My brother and I shared rooms at the time, and we were also sleeping. Then my dad felt something on top of him again, just like the day it happened to him in his childhood. He was horrified so much that he grabbed a pillow and went and laid in between my bed and my brother's bed, because he did not want to be alone in his room. When my mom arrived, she found him there and he told her about his experience. About a month later, my dad was sitting in the living room watching TV. He then noticed something looking at him. He looked out of the window and he saw a white paloma, or a white dove, looking straight at him, and it looked so sad. Next day, early in the morning, my dad had a stroke and was taken into the hospital, where he later learned he would be disabled for the rest of his life. To this day, we don't know if these supernatural things that happened to him have anything to do with the stroke. That is my story, girl. I have a couple more stories. If you would like me to send them, let me know. Bye, girl. You are awesome. Thank you so much, girl. I really appreciate it. And I mean, all of that is super crazy, because if he's been having like the same sort of happen to him, then maybe it could have been something, or like him seeing the dove maybe was a warning of some sort that, you know, that he was gonna have a stroke. But at the same time, like, who knows what he could have done to avoid that, even if there was some sort of supernatural warning for him. But either way, it was really sad, and I'm sorry that your dad had to go through that, especially, you know, with the stroke and having to have these super scary supernatural things happen to him on top of that. But I hope that he is doing better now, and that he's not having any of these paranormal experiences anymore. And as always, I would love to hear more stories from you guys. I'm gonna scooch a little bit more and like lean back because I feel uncomfortable sitting up. I'm a little bit more chill like this. Alright, and I think we are on story number... Wait, let me see, hold on. I think we're on number 4, right? God, I like have such a bad memory, I forget so easily. This isn't gonna work. I'm too slumped. This next one is sent in to me by Virginia Cruz Tapia. It says, "Hey girl, I have been watching your videos for a while now, and I am always looking forward to watching your new videos. I am writing to you about my experiences I have had when I lived with my mom at her house. We live in Tulare County in California, and she has lived in this house since 1997. We moved into this house when I was about 13 years old, and ever since then we have experienced so much. The first experience I had was when I was washing the dishes and I kept hearing whispering in my ear. It would always say, 'Hey,' or 'Hey you,' and I would also get chills down my arm before I would hear it. Another experience I had while living there was when I was asleep and my cat was on my bed with me, and the cat kept making a growling sound and hissing at something and ran under my bed. This house also has a basement, and I remember hearing my dad tell my mom he was in the basement putting away his tools, and he ran out of the basement because he got a cold chill down his whole body. My dad has woken up to something shaking his bed while my mom was out of town. My siblings have experienced things in that house as well. One of my sisters woke up to a shadow leaning in to look into her room. When I was pregnant with my first child in 2007, me and my husband were living with my parents, and at night we would see orbs flying in the ceiling. They would swoop down like they were trying to hit us. My mom has had the most terrifying experience. There was this time my sister and her kids stayed the night at my mom's because it was really foggy that day, as well as my daughter stayed that day because she was close to my niece and wanted to spend time with her. So that night everyone had fallen asleep and my mom said she heard my daughter crying, so she got up to check on her, and on her way to check on her, my mom says she saw a little kid's shadow jumping on the sofas, and thinking it was my daughter, she told her to lay down, but it kept jumping until it ran to the washing room, and my mom heard it open the door and heard whatever it was calling her to come outside. My sister woke up when she heard my mom opening the front door and calling out for my daughter to come back in, and my sister told her, "Mom, what are you doing? She's right here sleeping." And my mom slammed the front door shut and started praying the rosary. She said she kept hearing whatever it was making noises outside and her dogs were whimpering. Her house has a reputation for being haunted, and I still get the creeps when I go visit her. We have had so many more scary incidents, but these are the most scary ones we have had. If you want to hear more, let me know. Take care. Whew. That was a lot to unpack, and that was really, really scary because I've had the similar experience of having like a shadow thing peek into my room, so that one scared me the most. And then the fact that something was trying to lure your mom outside, like that is so terrifying. I don't know what I would do, but she had the right idea, just shutting the door and praying that whatever was out there would stay out there, because how freaking scary. I really, really enjoyed that story, and I would love to hear more experiences. That's so crazy, and the fact that your mom still lives there, like, how brave of her, because I could never. I'd be like, I'm out of here. Since 1997, girl? Ooh, no. That is a long time. Alright, but thank you again for sending that story in, and let's go and read another one. Okay, and I think this one will be number 5. Dude, I keep getting so like psyched out because this building, as I said, makes so much noises, but it keeps sounding like somebody is opening a door, so I like stop in the middle of my sentence and I'm like nobody else should be here at all, so I don't know why I'm expecting there to be somebody, but yeah, I keep hearing noises. Let's go on to the next one. It says, "Hi, I'm Jessica and I just want to say I love your videos. I'm here, thank you so much. I'm here to share my paranormal experience that gave me the chills. My girlfriend and I went into my garage to do some laundry. I do not want to confuse you, but in Florida where I live, we do not have basements. We have a washer and a dryer in the garage. We have 2 mirrors. I can't do this here. I'm scaring myself. Okay, the 2 mirrors belonged to my Nana who passed away. My girlfriend happened to notice that the mirrors are facing each other like a vortex, and we know that mirrors shouldn't be facing each other. So my girlfriend said, "Why are the mirrors facing each other?" I looked at her and I said, "Wait, a vortex? I don't like mirrors at all. After my last experience, I don't know how I did not notice the mirrors were facing each other." My girlfriend turned to me and said, "Do you see that blue light coming through the mirror?" I nodded yes. There's no light that is blue or nothing, no lights at all. I guess in the garage. People usually say mirrors are portals so spirits can cross into our world. When I saw that blue light, I had a pit in my stomach as we covered them with blankets. We have a door or when you go outside and the doorknob was rattling like someone was trying to come in or go out. I felt so lightheaded and had such a bad headache, and this was at 3:30 a.m. So there was no one outside trying to come in. I yelled, "You're not welcome here. Please leave." My girlfriend looked at me and said, "Why would you say that?" That's when I realized I messed up. So we left the garage and we went to go into my room to get ready for bed. And now my fan had randomly broke. As I was getting into bed, there was loud tapping noises on my window. My girlfriend looked at me saying, "Don't look," and ignore it. So I did what I was told, and then I heard bells. I asked her, "Do you hear that?" She responded, "No." My cat started to growl, and all I could say is, "I don't know what is going on. Why is this happening?" As I'm writing this, my hands are shaking, and I feel someone is watching me. I'm terrified, and I know they can sense fear. I just need an explanation. I feel like I pissed this spirit off. I'm sorry for the spelling errors. I don't have the best grammar, so I apologize for everything being all over the place. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you, girlie. I hope that you do too, and no worries about the grammar. I got the gist of what was going on, and honestly, I feel like maybe you did, but at the same time, usually you are told to be assertive when it comes to spirits. That way they don't attach themselves and you don't allow them to attach themselves to you. So by telling the spirit that they're not welcome there and that they need to leave, I feel like that should have been a good sign for them to move out of there, unless they were very adamant about staying and trying to freak you out, because that's what it seems like they're doing by like tapping on the window and making different sounds for you to get scared. And probably did have something to do with the mirrors, but I don't know, because I feel like it could be not that much of a big deal. And I have heard different things about mirrors, but like how they're not supposed to be facing you either in your room. I've had a mirror that faces me for a really long time, faces my bed. I've never had any issues with it, but I don't know, it might just depend on the place. So either way, I hope that, because you're saying that even now you're scared, but I hope that everything gets better for you, because it is not fun feeling scared all the time in your own home. Thank you so much, Jess, for sending that story in. It was super creepy, and as I said, I hope everything gets better for you. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the last story for this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed these stories, and I appreciate everybody who has been sending them in to me. As always, make sure that you send yours in so I can continue to do these types of videos, since you guys do seem to enjoy it. And yeah, guys, that is going to be it from me. But before I do end today's video, today's comment shout out goes to this person right here. Thank you so much for leaving a nice comment. And as always, if you want to be the next comment shout out, all you have to do is leave me a nice comment down below, and that's it. Now, with all of that being said, you guys, hopefully I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to stay safe and be kind. Bye-bye.